This is Unit 2, Matter, Lesson 2, Separating a Mixture. How are mixtures separated? By the end of this video, you should be able to determine how to separate different types of mixtures. Do now 2 review questions. So separating mixtures can be done based on physical properties such as the boiling point or the freezing point, magnetism, solubility, density, and particle size. So there are 4 methods of separation. 1, filtration separates a solid from a liquid using filter paper. So if I have a mixture of water and sand, where the sand does not dissolve in the water, so it's still solid, what I can do is take that mixture and pour it into a funnel that has filter paper. The water will pour through, which is what we call our filtrate, and the residue, the solid sand, will stay on the filter paper. Our second method is evaporation. This separates an aqueous solution. For example, sodium chloride dissolved in water. This is salt mixed with water. So what I would do is take my aqueous solution and put it in what we call an evaporating dish. I would then be able to heat that up to evaporate the water, and then what would be left over would be our salt crystals because they would not evaporate with the water. Our third method is distillation. This separates mixtures of liquids by boiling point. So this is a super important thing to remember. It can be used to remove impurities from water or separate crude oil. The way this method works is I have a distillation set up. In here, I'll have a mixture of water and ethanol. These are two homogeneous mixtures, solutions, with different boiling points. So I'll heat them up, and the ethanol has a lower boiling point than water, therefore, it will evaporate and become pure ethanol vapor. Inside this little condensation tube is cold water. It flows on the outside of this tube. Therefore, when I cool down that hot vapor, ethanol, it will condense and become liquid. I can then collect that ethanol, and now I've separated my water, which is still over here in the original tube, and our ethanol, which is down here being collected. Our fourth method of separation is chromatography. This is something you did in living environment. This separates particles based on size or solubility. What I do is I take a filter paper and I put a dot of my mixture at the bottom, and then I allow water to flow through or some other solvent, and that will pull all the parts, separate all the parts based on their size or solubility, or also the polarity can be used. So check your understanding. So you can now determine how to separate different types of mixtures.